Hello, welcome to the presentation on Total Quality Management, also known as TQM, by Group PBJ, which is made up of Jana, Peng, and Ben. Hopefully this presentation will be informative, beneficial, and intriguing. Just a little bit about the presentation. We will initially define what Total Quality Management is. Then we'll move on to some few key elements of the process. And lastly, we will define why a program or a company could, would, or should adopt a process like this. So let's get started. First off, we'll look at some of the definitions of total quality management. TQM is a quality management approach that looks at a long-term approach to ensuring customer satisfaction. The philosophy of TQM originates in several quality gurus, including W. Edwards Deming, Joseph Juran, and Keiharu Ishikawa. TQM focuses on process-driven success, where all employees have a stake in the final result. TQM is not just a methodology, it is a culture of continuous improvement with management and employees involved throughout the process. The principles of total quality management cannot just be a checkoff sheet completed by the quality group, but it has to be a whole culture within the facility or organization to be successful. Elements of TQM. Here we'll go through a few slides that looks at some of the key elements of total quality management. And first off, we will start with customer focused. The customer is the one that determines if the product or service is of an acceptable quality. The standards that are used to manufacture the product is driven by the customer. This is also going to be true within the facility. If any facility or service or organization, there are internal customers and suppliers. Everyone is a customer of someone, or a supplier of something to someone else. Within a manufacturing facility, the warehouse may store the ingredients, and so they are a supplier to the process line. However, the warehouse is also a customer of the process line if they store the final product. Another element of TQM would be process-centered. Here, a process is a series of steps. TQM will map out those steps down to the smallest piece and through a systematic series eliminate waste and inconsistency. Also, when there is a mistake in TQM, you do not blame the person, you blame the process. It is not necessarily the employee's fault that the wrong ingredient was used or was added to the process. And how can we improve the ingredient addition process to eliminate that issue? Elements of TQM continued will look at total employee involvement and communication. The common goal is quality. Everyone is striving towards a quality product. It's very important here. Within a company, there should not be a hierarchy of suggestions. Everyone contributes, and the person who just started yesterday, who has a comment to improve a process or drive out waste, is listened to just as much as the CEO would be. Within TQM, culture, everyone is empowered to make suggestions and improvements. At all levels of personnel, they will be involved in quality improvement teams and or projects. Also, it is important that supervisors and management do not just tell operators what to do, that they actually explain the why and how so that everyone understands the big picture. All employees should understand the strategies behind what is occurring within the production or within the company as a whole. Another element of TQM is decision making. Decisions are not made on whims of management. Decisions are made systematically and based on data. Data is continually gathered and analyzed to make better decisions and eliminate waste. Organizations cannot be narrow-minded. They must be far-reaching and always strategically looking for long-range best case, not focusing on just the short-range goals. They're usually easier to come by. Quality must always be in the forefront of all of our decisions. One must always be thinking of what decision will make the best quality and meet customer needs and values. A final element of TQM is going to be continuous improvement. The organization should always be looking for ways to improve the process or product and eliminate waste. The Deming and Sheward cycle of PDCA, defined as plan, do, check, or act, is a circle with no end. even after stretch goals have been reached, reevaluate and determine additional waste or process improvements that can be made. TQM will not always allow someone to become complacent with their current state of quality. They should always be striving for the better quality. Now this presentation will move towards the reasons of why a company should or could adopt total quality management. We'll look at a few key points or aspects of TQM and how that would really benefit a company. First off, through TQM, you can be more competitive in the market by emphasizing the market needs. Total quality management will concentrate on customer satisfaction. It will help the organization to identify and meet the market needs. Through that, a high level of customer satisfaction may lead to increased profitability. Another important point is cost reduction and defect reduction. Through this point, TQM will help to eliminate waste and inconsistency by introducing a systematic approach. Another strong area is that a better product quality and improvements in productivity. In this area, TQM will help prevent possibilities of errors or mistakes and to assure better quality performance. Another great aspect of this portion is that total quality management will have a strong emphasis on improving quality within the process. We're looking at a few more main points of why a company could adopt total quality management. Another big one is that improved communication within the company. Here, TQM will bring all employees from each department and managers together for effective interaction and communication. Another great point is that TQM can promote better working culture and teamwork. Looking at this a little closer, it can help to promote a participative culture and effective teamwork, which will enable growth within the company. A better working culture can also provide a good working environment where everyone has a chance to participate and contribute. And finally, which is very important in a lot of companies, is continuous improvement. Quality improvement is an ongoing process, and as you know, TQM can help to develop strategies to review that processes for continuous improvement. That will just about wrap up our presentation for total quality management. Hopefully it was very interesting to you and you guys learned a lot. If there are any questions, please get on one of our discussion forums in 504 and ask any questions or starting discussions about total quality management. As everyone knows, there are a few quiz questions at the bottom, so we can look at those now. Quiz question 1, what are the key concepts of total quality management system? And quiz question number 2, what are the major benefits of TQM in terms of cost saving? So those are quiz questions, and everyone knows what we need to do with those. And then finally, at the end of our presentation, we have our reference page. We've got a few references here that everybody can go forward. Please feel free to use them in your studies for our finals and stuff like that. So with that being said, again, thank you for listening to our presentation. Hopefully it was good, and hope you learned a lot about total quality management by Group PBJ. Again, that was Jana, Pang, and Ben. Thank you very much, and have a great day.